What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the 2024-25 NBA season is coming up, and newly crowned NBA champion Jayson Tatum was asked as he prepares for the upcoming campaign, what exactly drives him to put in the work every day? And he revealed that he wishes to compete with Larry Bird's legacy in Boston, admitting that he's chasing Larry Bird for greatest Celtic ever, saying, quote, Larry Bird is the best Celtic to ever wear this uniform, and that's the guy that I'm chasing. My motivation is to chase the best players to ever play, the best players to ever wear a Celtics uniform. Now, I do want to say this. Now, I think the consensus is that Larry Bird is the greatest Celtic. The majority of fans will say that. But I do want to put two other players in the conversation. Some will say it's Bill Russell. Of course, Bill Russell won 11 championships, 11 in 13 seasons in the NBA. He is still considered by many to be the all-around greatest defensive force the game has ever seen. He was the league's first black superstar. He paved the way for other black players. This is important because people talk about the color line in baseball. But there was an unofficial color line in basketball the first 10 years of play. Oh, there were a few black players signed. There were a few black players who in practice were moitering the stars. But the belief in the front office in those days was that fans, generally all white, would not pay good money to watch Negroes play basketball, which proved to be a complete and total fabrication. So Bill Russell deserves to be in that conversation as well. Plus, with his social issues, the social issues in his human rights efforts, he should be in that conversation. Also, I would say you can make a case for John Havlicek. John Havlicek, of course, won 8 championships in his NBA career. He was 8-0 in the NBA Finals. He is the all-time leading scorer for the Boston Celtics, 26,395 points. And he was, for a time, arguably the best two-way player in the league. He's considered one of the 2 best defensive small forwards to ever play the game, along with Scottie Pippen. And to me, he was a better all-around player than Scottie Pippen. He was a better scorer than Scottie Pippen. He was more clutch than Scottie Pippen, especially on the offensive end. So I just want to throw those guys out there. So anyway, I know there's some Larry. I know I have a few Larry Bird fans that subscribe to me. And look, you can't get mad at Jayson Tatum wanting to chase Larry Bird. Okay, he has a long way to go, though. A long way to go because, I mean, in championship rings, he still would have to get 2 more just to match Bird. He would have to get 3 league MVPs for sometime during the rest of his career, which is going to be pretty difficult unless he has an unbelievable season. I mean, and to be honest with you, when you got guys like Giannis in their prime, Joel Embiid in their prime, Joker in his prime, you got Shea coming up. You got Luka Doncic. When you got all of these great players, Cooper Flag really coming to the NBA, if he plays potential, it's going to be hard for Tatum to get an MVP, especially considering that his team, has a lot of talent. We know the Celtics are loaded. So one of the excuses is going to be, well, the team is very successful because Tatum and Brown have a lot of help. So to me, if he's going to win MVP, Tatum's going to have a career year shooting the basketball, playmaking, scoring, clutch moments, and the Celtics, I think, will have to flirt with like 70 victories. Then I think that he might win it. But if it's like a standard 55 to 60 season, 60-win season, and he's putting up good numbers, but the other guys are just having these monster years, it's going to be hard for Tatum to win MVPs. So his best bet, in my opinion, would just to work on a championship talent. Now, as far as Larry Bird is concerned, he is, in my opinion, the most skilled Celtic to ever play this game. You know what I'm saying? He was a great rebounder. He was a great scorer, a great shooter, great foul shooter, great clutch performer, great facilitator, tough as nails, was determined to be Larry Bird every day he played, even when he was hurt, when he couldn't practice as much and his skills deteriorated. He still was determined to be Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? Bird was playing with an injury that most players, when I say injuries, I'm not talking about, like a knee injury. I'm talking about that back issue. Everybody else, for the most part, would have retired. They would have retired, and nobody would have blamed him. But he went out there and played because of the drive he had to go at it with Magic Johnson one more time. He wanted to play against Magic in the finals one more time, and his best shot was 1991. Had he not got hurt, and in the conference finals was Bulls Celtics, who knows what could have happened. But Larry Bird got hurt, and the Celtics were at one point in time during that season had a 29-5 record to lead the NBA. Friends were a 56-26 record. And to show you how impactful Larry Bird was to that franchise, as Bill Russell had been a generation earlier. Larry Bird's last season with the Celtics, they went 51-31. The very next year, I think they didn't even qualify for the playoffs. They fell off that much. But Larry Joe Bird, the GOAT, and that's who Jayson Tatum is chasing. Whether he catches up with him, only time will tell. Tell me what you guys think.